So the logical apparition of Christ would actually be whether or not the ability to have a formal address starts with or without the meaning of life. So the meaning of life would be whether or not some certain people would agree with the truism of whether or not they agreed to alchemy. So if alchemy is used in crafting, crafting alchemy would actually be part of a jury ticket rather than a judgment. So to judge someone means to include them into the politics that rarefy and justify one's own presence. So not only does presence begin with the judistic law, there is a incognito of how each part of oneself inherits legitimacy. So if there is a front, not only do the tickets for taming your own logical apparatus begin at the bottom, there is a judicial court that apprehends the entire ticket and becomes a linear progression of a mathematical truth. These mathematical truths are fables. They do not tell the truth about how reality works. They are alchemy. So alchemy isn't mathematics, but the way we justify it is. And these justices are in evidential courts of claiming that whether or not we believe in the truth of science is actually a claim for stealing the claim of court rather than stealing the claim of justice. So court claims are actually marginal theses. They have no version of a biblical offering, but have actually Judaistically inherited nomination. So nomination would be a final address for whether or not bigger and bigger claims are actually progressive. So this marginal claim we have is actually a figure of speech for how diverse we become. And these diversities are ethnic categories of who gets to have common decency within the public and in the nomadic sphere of who is and who is not a juror. So if a jury ticket is lower than you, not only do the claims of the ticket inherit the final solution, there is no withdrawal to keep the tickets away from the court because they're crossed. And these cross tickets are what allows for a embassy of justification to enable court satires to agree upon midline and superior values. So if a superior value is given, not only do the justices defend the defendant is defense to the ticket itself, which is called nominating the epicenter of an ideology.